I know Rag have said it a few times. I think on the show we was talking like, you know, some of the times when I was back in the apartment in the Meadows and stuff, we get to rap and get to talk, and you know what I'm saying. That's more so like what you were going through at the time. That was more so like therapy than when we was
Hmm.
kind of chopping it up as
Right,
men.
right, right,
You know what I'm saying, telling what's going on and doing stuff of that nature. And I think sometimes we can kind of um, belittle or decrease certain things. Like your thing is the arts. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? For somebody else, it might be, you know what I'm saying, going over your homeboy's house
right.
watching red zone
Yeah,
football,
yeah.
kicking it,
Nah, cause you
ha-
sure helped me, like nigga. Like going
hanging
through
out
that
and stuff
divorce
like
and
that.
like
Yeah.
man hurt,
Yeah.
being
But
over his house watching football every Sunday.
you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I think sometimes we can judge, oh, so if it's not what you're doing, what you know what I'm saying, it can look like somebody is being unproductive or it's not, you know what I'm saying, to what their degree is of what it should be as far as healing. But that can be, I'm not talking about medicating as far as drinking
Right.
liquor and you know what I'm saying, that can, you know what I'm saying, that can be abuse. But as far as like having a hobby, you know what I'm saying,
Right.
the arts are, you know what I'm saying, art, like me going to the tennis court or going to run a few miles, me doing the
Mhm.
kickboxing, that's therapy for me.
Yeah.
Hashtag
You know what I'm
man.
saying?
Yeah.
he
Hashtag
put
man.
it, he put it every morning. He'd be like at kickboxing hashtag
I go
man.
to and I hashtag too like sweat therapy. That's
Mm.
exactly
Yeah.
what I call it because
Yeah.
it's you know what I'm saying. Like you getting it in, you lifting weights, you
I mean,
punching the
you're
bag,
releasing,
right?
right? So,
Yeah,
yeah.
and that's important for me. Like it'd be
Mm.
like, oh,
But
why you gotta
I've
go
said
there?
this before. I got sick of it because, and I don't know if you went through this. I got sick of somebody asking me how I'm feeling.
Mhm.
Like I'm depressed. That's how the fuck I'm feeling. I told you
Mhm.
that 2 weeks ago, and I got to tell you that again. Like,
Yeah.
help me not be depressed. You keep asking me how I'm feeling. I don't want to take because, like you said, this medication. And like I've kind of alluded to this, but like when I was going through my situation, like I got hooked on
Mhm.
Oxycontin, Percocet, Tylenol 3,
Right.
uh, Alprazolam, which everybody knows is Xanax.
Mhm.
Like I was on all of that, and it had me a zombie.
Mhm.
So like people be like, no, this is nothing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like don't give me no like I get a toothache. The most I'm gonna take is I'm gonna leave. You
Mhm.
know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? And that's it. Cause I know you keep popping them pills. Like I know, like before everybody was on all this fentanyl, like I was back on that in '08. You know what
Gotcha.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that didn't do anything for me. But like you asking me how I'm feeling, and you know when you go through something traumatic like that, like and to JB's point, like some of my best therapy came we sitting there in front of his
Mhm.
apartment, and I don't feel that way no more.
Yeah.
So or like when you on stage, I don't be like when I'm on stage, I don't feel that way no more. So
Mhm.
like I
right,
don't think any of us are bashing like therapy or anything like
No,
that.
right.
not at
But
all.
I just I've always been one because we're gonna have a therapist on.
Yeah,
Mhm.
If
yeah,
if that is what works for you, do that.
Yeah.
If sport is
right.
what works, do that. If the arts,
Exactly.
playing the video game, walking in the park, whatever your everybody's therapy is not the same.
I just don't
Yeah.
like when people try to normalize it or being like, okay, therapy is where you need to go, period,
Mhm.
and just leave it at that, and don't
Right.
have any
Like that's the
other
end all be all.
right, and don't
Yeah.
have any
Yeah.
other outside options. Or somebody they might be already doing what it is to help them through that, but they don't look at it as that because the society is telling you
Right.
you need to go do this.
Right.
You know what I
Right.
mean?
Mhm.
So that was good. That was good.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was great.
So what before we go, like any other questions that could have got a woman's perspective that we have talked about? Now, because we have the queen,
We do,
you know what I'm saying? The
man.
queen of Zamunda, the queen of Wakanda, the queen of reggae, Queen Jasira.
It's a
Not the
couple like
accent.
some of the stuff that we've mentioned in the last jump we did with Todd. Some of
Mm.
those things, like I don't have it in
So
front of
so
me.
have you ever felt like when you're with your dude? Because one of the things we said is like when we're together, if I'm silent, it doesn't mean that I'm not enjoying my time with you.
Mhm.
Like I'm glad you're here. Have you ever felt like when you was with a guy or with your ex husband or with your current relationship, like if he was silent, did you feel like he wasn't enjoying being around you or
No. No. I think that like for me, it's so many other cues, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like if you're silent but you're in your phone the whole time, like okay, yeah,
Right.
you're not really into me. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But if you're silent but we boot up on the couch,
Right.
and just because sometimes we'll read a book. Like he'll have his own book, I'll have my book, or we're watching something on TV. I don't think that words are always necessary. I think that there definitely be other indicators if somebody's is not happy at all. So no, I don't think so. I can't see.
What's a good book you're reading right now?
Oh, I'm reading the Love Languages book.
Oh snap!
Yep.
You brought that
I'm
up.
I'm reading that
Wifey
book.
gonna be looking at this and be like, "I told you, I told
I'm
you."
reading the Four Agreements as well.
The
I'm
who?
reading that book, the
The
Four
four
Agreements.
agreements. Okay.
Yeah. Um so yeah, I have a couple that
So
I'm reading right now and a self-care book.
with the love languages book, because we've had this conversation before. This is
Mhm.
my thought that women have all five. I'm dead at because like you find a woman that says like I don't like my love languages are gifts and acts of service, but like if you're not touching her, that's a like so just give her gifts and do stuff for her, but you don't give her quality time, you don't touch her, and what's the fifth one? I'm missing one.
So acts of
Words of
service.
affirmation.
Yeah,
So
affirmation.
if you're
Yeah.
not
Yep.
giving her words of affirmation,
Affirmation.
you're not touching her, and you're not giving her quality time, but you're giving her stuff and you're doing stuff for her, she gonna be, why don't you touch? You're not affectionate. Do you not love me? Or we don't never spend time together, but I just bought you this car though. You know what I'm saying? Like I
Yeah,
just did,
I'm
but
not a
you need
quality time person. It's cool, but why are you looking at me like that
because
though?
you just said y'all might be booed up on the couch. That's quality time.
Yeah, but that's not something that I have to have like all the time. Like that's not my primary language. You see
But
what I
what
mean?
I'm saying is, so if
I
y'all
think
was
all of
never
them.
booed up on the couch,
But see, I don't take the love languages book to mean like, oh, this is your love language and you don't want any of the others. It's just
Yeah.
more so what more so speaks to
What's
you.
more
right?
prominent?
Yeah,
Which one
what's more
more?
prominent for
Yeah.
you?
When
Like for
I
me, and then too with the love languages book, what I'll be honest, what confuses me is what I like my love languages as far as what I need from a partner, but also what I express to my partner is it's two different things. Like the way I love and the love that I want to receive, it's different languages. You know what I mean? Like it's really crazy. Like how I express love is physical touch and gifts. That's how I primarily give love. But for me, what I want,
words of affirmation.
acts of service, and I also like physical touch. But I don't I don't need the after words of affirmation. That's gonna come from y'all anyway. Like if we get ready to go out and I come out looking good, you can be like,
No,
oh.
but no, like words of affirmation. It's not just
Oh,
that though. Like you know what I'm saying. Like
dang.
sometimes, like
But
words.
that's
I
just
look at words of
natural, right?
affirmation.
Like if your
Yeah,
girl, if she, if she looking good, you gonna tell her. If she killed that performance, like if she a performance she got to say, you gonna be like, you did that. I
Yeah.
just think like that comes naturally when you're in a relationship and you're building. Like you want to see your partner do good. So I don't necessarily need it because I do get it, but I do need the physical touch and I do need acts of service because it's like I just grew up seeing my dad do that for my mom. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he was an acts of service person and a physical touch person. So I think that's probably where I get it from.
like
Man.
JB. Do you say you? What would you say you have? Do you have a love language?
Yeah.
Sound like physical touch from what you described at
JB said he
school.
need. No, I'm just
From
kidding.
what you
I'm not gonna
described
speak for
it, from
JB.
what you described at TSU, that's what it sounded like.
Hey,
I'm
you
not gonna
feel
speak
me?
for
I
Mr.
had a
Brown.
different, you know what I'm saying, different vibe going.
Crown, you
But,
got a love language. Crown
but
said, "Don't put him on the spot." Crown
nah,
said he need
nah,
that
Gifts,
Walla.
but
gifts.
honestly, for me, I look is acts of service.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I can see why that would be important to a man because you
you know what I
have,
mean?
like women who expect y'all to do everything, but y'all
Yeah,
like to be pampered and like feel like you want it and you
yeah.
appreciate it too.
Show me, like, you can show me, that you love me. Like, telling me is cool, but
Yeah.
then showing me with acts of service to me has always been like You know what I mean? Like that's big for me. Like it don't have to be. It's an unspoken language. It don't have to be like that. But it's by what you do and how you do certain things. Look at this dude.
I just need her to be there, JB.
You need
No,
who
I'm
to
just
be
saying
where?
if you
need who to be
saying
where?
you trust me to drive the car, right?
Washing my clothes.
Don't like if you're trusting me to drive the car. When it's time to drive the car, like don't be where we gonna hold up, where we going? Like you said, you trusted me to drive the car.
What's that got to do with love languages?
No. What I'm saying
that.
is, I'm saying is, I need for a woman to be there. I need to know that you're there. I need to know that you got me.
That's a whole nother
You know
episode.
what I'm saying?
Right
like, be
there.
my peace.
Yeah, you
Like if I work a 15-hour day, like I just need you to be my peace. That's it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
So what's your love languages then?
He don't know.
I just need you to be there. No, I know mine. I need you to be there.
What are yours?
Be there.
That's not a love language.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
I don't think that's
be
Is that
present.
physical touch?
Be if that's what I need
Be
at
there.
that moment.
I got you.
You see what I'm saying? Like if I come home and ain't no food, like you be like, oh, you ain't eating. Like okay, so then you know that's an act of service.
Yeah.
Let me go ahead and do that.
I need a big piece of chicken.
Right, exactly. No, check this out.
I ain't got a big piece of chicken.
Check this out. Now, it was a big day in my house with my dad. Let me get the big piece of chicken. But
Right.
prior to him letting me get the big piece of chicken, I knew my brothers couldn't eat as much as me. My dad was going to get the big piece of chicken. So that meant I got to get 2 or 3 pieces of chicken. So I didn't care about the big piece because I knew I was going to get a thigh, a wing, and a drumstick.
Boy.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I was straight. I ain't had to get the breast, and I'm a breast man. But I got 3 pieces of chicken.
Gotta love the breast.
Ting. But no, so
what
I'm
he did
saying
there?
I'm an affectionate guy, but I don't like to always have to be the aggressor because I don't want to feel like a creep.
That's what I was saying.
You know
Like,
what I'm
man,
saying?
y'all need to feel
it,
wanted.
it's good
too.
to know
Right.
sometimes when your woman come up because then that lets me know it's like, oh, cool.
Want her to attack you.
Because once
Exactly.
I
Now
get
you
in
always
the
be
game,
the one.
once
yeah.
I get in autopilot, it's showtime. We good.
Hey.
But sometimes you don't like to always because we don't always know.
But you don't want her to hem you up on the wall or nothing like that.
She
though.
can hit me up on the wall because once I get in the game, it's over with.
Huh?
Don't get mad with look. A giant still a giant when a giant sleep. When you wake that giant up,
What's the memes where they said with the
no,
where the
what's
girl
the
be
movie?
behind the
Right.
girl be behind the dude holding, you know what I'm
you remember,
saying?
don't be a menace.
Keep it presidential.